Right, hello everyone. This is Creator in Residence stream number 4. 4, yes. And today, sorry, go on. Number 4. So today, Kurio is going to take us, going to give us a closer look at Substance Painter for, well, for creating your materials and things for IMVU. So it'll be a relatively short one today. But so that's what we're going to do. Take a look at Substance Painter. So take it away, Kuroy.
Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing great. So yeah, I just Kat mentioned, we are going through Substance Painter, introducing just main features and how to create fabrics, different kind of fabrics for clothing, and we will just take a closer look on furniture, so making maybe a texture of wood, something like that. So just let's begin. As you probably remember for previous streams, just click File, New, and you select your file. And let's go with different. Maybe I just created yesterday something new, so let's go with this one. No, it should be. Oh, it's over here. So the maximum document resolution is just like this one, so 512. The higher you go, the better quality of textures you get, but for IMVU at the moment,
Just a
that's the
quick
maximum,
question
right?
on that.
Yeah.
Um, it can only do square textures, so 512 assumes 512 by 512. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it is. So
Oh,
as you
interesting.
see,
Okay.
you have all the squares here.
Yeah.
Of course, you have just different format, but we
Yes.
go with OpenGL,
Yeah.
and yep, just press OK, and you're gonna get the clothing mesh imported. So this is the mesh I just created yesterday, as I was saying, and it got just piece of fabric here, and we have a chain, right? This is
Oh.
the chain is in 3D. I decided to just go ahead and uh, go with 3D, not with 2D plane, right?
Yeah.
Because normally you create a plane and just make a texture of a chain. But in this case, I just decided to just go ahead and experiment a bit, and it works pretty well on IMView. Of course, it's not lightweight mesh, so
No.
it takes its toll when it comes to size of the mesh. But yeah, the speed of internet is faster nowadays, so why not? All right, so the basic features of the Substance Painter and maybe some kind of setup. So if you go to the right side, you have display settings here, the small icon of a screen. So if you click this, you can see that you can just change environment settings. So you can change this for something like this, and you get the environment. So if you drag and drop some different environment, it should be like this. Can I just make it? Oh, I can just rotate it, exposure. So yeah, this is lightning.
Oh, okay.
So you can use this. It's for your own, just I don't know, convenience maybe. If
Yeah.
you prefer this one or just gray or almost black one, as you just decide, it's your own call, and you can apply shadows here. As you can see, the shadows are just maximum, so not too much, but it doesn't have any effect when it comes to the texture, at least at the moment. So maybe let's just turn them off. You have camera settings, field of view. So this is the same one that I'm using over here in 3D window while using my keyboard and mouse. So if I press Alt key and then just left mouse of the left button of my mouse and drag and drop, just I can rotate this one, right? So if I use the wheel of the mouse, I will just enlarge the mesh, and I can also use right mouse button to just go away and make it closer. Another feature is just when you press, oh, sorry, when you press, let me just close it. And let me check the button. Okay, when you press Shift and right mouse button, you can change the position of light, as you can see.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, when it comes to just baking textures, it has a different effect, as you can see on the right side, where we have our UVW map or just texture map. As you
Oh,
can see,
live update. Nice.
yeah, it updates live. Maybe I can change. Oh, this should be better. Yeah. And it also applies to the texture. If you have texture here, you get the live update as well. All right, and another settings when it comes to the Substance Painter, it's shader settings. So you can apply different kind of settings when it comes to the shaders. So you can choose different shaders. This is from game engines. So this is Dota 2, and so this is PBR Metal Rough. And as you can see, you got just different kind of
So
features. And
those are presets.
presets, yeah, there are just pre-made. And as you can see, this one applies double-sided
Right.
texture. Before we didn't have this one, but the default one is this one, and you can just go with this one, and you should be fine. All right, and well, here you have different options when it comes to enabling. Let me just quickly search for this one. There should be in emissive. Oh yeah, this is emissive intensity. So when you create a material that is emissive, let's say some kind of light, so you can just change the emission of the light here, and you will have to just apply. What is this option? I don't see it. Oh, this is scattering. Was it scattering? I'm not sure. Oh, and this is also quality. So the quality of the game engine, and if you change the to high,
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that it's doing much, but the quality of this render and texture as well, it just changes a bit. All right, so let's go to the texturing. Before we start texturing, uh, always remember that we did this thing before, bake your mesh maps. So choose your maps that you are going to use. You can just go ahead with all those maps, but we don't need thickness. We don't need those. Oh, let's go with ambient curvature. And I think that's enough. Okay, so let's just quickly bake them. As you can see, they just applied. We did this last time when we talk about normal maps. And if you want to generate normal maps, you are going to get normal maps here as well. So it's applied to every mesh you have on the scene, every UV map as well. All right, so just let's return to layers and go to materials. So we have two different kind of materials. We have just normal materials. When you drag and drop them here, they are just applied. You can also drag and drop. Let's just return. Drag and drop here, right? It has the same effect. You can also use the material mode here as well. So you have several ways of applying material. It's just up to you which one you prefer. So okay, let's go with this one. It's quite a nice. All right, and we have smart materials. The difference between normal materials and smart materials is that they already have some kind of features applied. So let's just apply the. This is aluminum, anodized red. Okay, so there is a small folder icon here. So if you press it, as you can see, it already has a different let's say in this case, grunge map. So additional map that is applied onto the base material, as you can see. So here is some aluminum where you can, of course, change everything you prefer. And then there is already applied a soft dust. So you can create your own smart materials as well. Let's say, let's just remove quickly. Let's say you have aluminum. Let's create folder, drag the aluminum here, and if you go here, as you can see, you can add different kind of features like roughness, metallic, base color. So you can just apply everything you need and you want to create. And of course, change the color of this. It's just simple as that. All right, so let's just stay here for a second. So we have materials options here. So you can just enable or disable them. So color, metal, roughness. This is normal maps and just height. So if you apply them, they will just appear over here with more options to choose to add. So as you can see, the roughness, it just makes the surface very shiny, like just a mirror, right? So if you just slide it to white, it just becomes matte. And metallic is just metallic surface. So this is good option to create PVC materials like clothing, or if you create furniture, it can be useful as well. All right, so
so it's going to bake that environment map then.
Yes,
if you bake
you
that.
you have this icon when it comes to environments, and as you can see, you have quite a list of the environments. You can upload or create your own environments. So let's just drag and drop. As you can see, it applied
Right.
the environment. Of course, you have just normal light here. It doesn't have environment, but it got light information. So it's useful when it comes to IMVU, I guess, and if you want to bake lights onto the mesh, right? It just depends on your needs. When it comes to IMVU, I think this kind of textures won't look good, right? Because here, I mean, it looks very nice, but on IMVU there is no reflection, right?
No.
So when you just bake the texture, it's gonna look just like this texture here,
Yeah.
right? You just apply a shyness on IMVU and that's all. So just small advice, just go with this one unless you create something that requires or looks better with environment. But I think that's not the usually you go with this just plain texture, maybe lightning, light, just information, I guess. All right, so as we already said something about this, okay, and the projection, this is quite important information, but when you have more small items when it comes to the mapping, so I usually go with this one, but you can go with planar projection. So it just creates some kind of box where you can just create your own projection of UV mapping.
All right. Okay.
And if you go here, so you have another option, UV transformation, and you can just make tiling, rotate, projection setting. So it goes, as you can see, over here, up, down. So 3D projection of the UV map. Of course, you can rotate this one. It's good when, as I said, when you have more small items when it comes to, oh, I have one. Let's go here. And we can just quickly apply this. And this is carbon fiber. So let's go with this one and change this to 3 planar. So as you can see, there is a small difference, right? Let me just enlarge like this one.
All right. Yes. Yeah.
And this one. This makes just more seamless texture because it emulates the environment of 3D mesh. And of course, you can just change the tiling physical size, as you can see. So you have more options to play with when it comes to three-planar projection or UV projections. It's just up to you which one you choose. As I said, this one, three-planar, is better when you have few options to make, few maps on one plane, just to create seamless texture. All right, so let's just quickly delete this one and return to our texture. So last time, I have three planar. Just return to normal. Let's just recreate the texture. I just messed this too much. All right, so we have folder and we have just classic pure. So you can apply masks to the mesh, to the texture, and on the mask you can add a lot of new features like generators, paint, fill, change levels, compare mask, filters. So the filters, fill, paint, and generators are just the most used by me. So let's just quickly go through them and just will show you. Oh, and you can also remove the, where is it? I'm just going too fast. That's the drawback of live stream. I'm trying to do everything as fast as possible, but I shouldn't just rush, right? So let's just quickly
No.
return. Yeah, that's my drawback. I will usually try to do everything as fast as possible. Okay, so let's just slowly go with this generator feature. So you click on the generator, and as you can see, you already have a list of the generators. You even have auto stitcher. If you press this, let me just enlarge. You have stitches here. So this is like this in the feature in Marvelous Designer. We created stitches.
Right, yeah.
So you can just make up adjustments here, change width, length. And of course, this is auto stitcher, so it's not perfect one. So it's up to you if you prefer to use this one. I never used this one before, so. But if you create something like a metal surface, this is gonna be nice metal edge where maybe we can return to this option later, where we have the just metal object, maybe when we create furniture. All right, so let's just remove the, you can press delete to remove anything or just trash can. And okay, what next? We have paint layer. So the layer is where you can just paint something. And you can see we have mask here. So it just uncovers everything that we have covered in beneath the mask. If you press X on the keyboard, it will switch the color of your mask. Color of your brush. So white is just uncovering everything, and black is just erasing everything, as you can see. All right. So the paint layer is created just to add new information or just paint with a brush. And if you go to brush icon and click it, as you can see, we have a lot of different brushes. I will also show you particles. Yes, there are particles in Substance 3D.
This is yeah, I can see why people specialize in this app on its own. It's
Yeah,
it's quite comprehensive.
there are a lot of
Yeah.
different features. As you can see, we have stripes. Oh, not this one. So maybe this is road stripes, but you could create just
Stitching with that, yeah.
stitching, yeah. And if you have drawing tablet,
Ironically, that looks better than the actual
it does.
stitching thing.
Yeah, it looks really nice. So you could just go with this one.
I mean, I suppose that's the one thing that you do have to be cognizant of is the fact that you are working on a 512 by 512 pixel image.
Yeah, that's a drawback.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, not all the brushes or textures will look as you want.
Yeah.
You just have to, go here. Let's just remove the. Oh, did I just remove everything? Just want to not duplicate, invert. Oh, let me just remove everything, and let's go with some kind of fabric. Yeah, this one. All right. So as you can see, well, it doesn't look bad, right? Here. So you could go with this one for IMVU, but you can increase or decrease the tiling of the texture. So you can just adjust the tiling to look better on IMVU and on such small texture. Maybe in the future we are going to get 1K resolution at least.
Yeah, so again, you'd have to, I mean, with these kinds of fabric patterns, you'd have to do a bit of experimentation to check whether that's not going to be too blurry or...
I usually see people, I mean, graphic designers that go with 4K
Oh,
textures.
yeah. No, we can't do that.
Huge, yeah, huge difference. And you can place a lot of information, right, on the 4K resolution texture. And over here, I usually place just one plane of a t-shirt. So as you can see, this is the back, and this is the front, and this is just additional items.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we have to just work around this to make it look good. But as you can see, it doesn't look that bad on IMVU. I mean, this is a substance, of course, but it won't look bad on IMVU when it comes to this texture. All right, so what else can I show you with the fabric? Maybe the mask. Last time I created what did I create? Oh, this is wrong. Let's just remove this one and just return. Now I'm just trying to think what kind of features would you like to see in Substance? What should I show you?
I'm not sure. I mean, I suppose what we could take a look at is not just clothing, but different materials, because you had that furniture item you made.
Yes,
so
yes,
we can take a look at doing, a different type of, because obviously it's all materials, but it's materials assigned to a different type of object.
Yep. So we can go with this one, I guess. When it comes to the clothing, yep, I think that's all in this matter. Just trying to remind myself what else can I just quickly show you before we go to the furniture item, so we can just do it and maybe import to IMVU.
So did you use this for your materials for Classic?
For Classic, yeah, I use it, but only several times because the IMVU Studio just popped out and I decided to switch it. And when I switched to Studio, I have never returned to Classic.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, because I was just wondering, because I mean that the whole texture size thing is quite important, because obviously, if you do a 512 by 512 in Substance and you then bring that into Classic is going to resize it, because you can't have a 512 by 512. It can only be 512 by 256. But in Studio, you can have a 512 by 512.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. So bear that in mind if you just design in Substance Painter your textures, of course. So you will have to just resize them, right? I mean, you can leave them as they are and import to Classic,
Yes.
and the Classic will resize this on
Yes.
its own.
Yeah.
But I recommend to resize it in Photoshop or just a different app you use. So, and then just import to Studio. I mean to Classic,
Yes.
because the resize method will be your resize method will be better than the Classic one.
Yes.
All right, but yeah, so the Studio, there is another advantage of the Studio. So
Yes.
you can just use higher resolution and
Yes.
squared texture.
Yeah. I mean, and apparently, allegedly, they are going to be allowing 1024s at some point, but we're not sure when that will be. But the next step up is full proper 512 by 512.
Yeah. So yeah, we will see in the future, right? So we just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Okay, so did I just let me just quickly go through this, because last time I just showed you, but I think I'm just gonna repeat myself. Last time I just showed you how to do the normal mapping. Let me just add paint. Does it work? Let me just draw something. I'm just trying to experiment a bit. Is it going to be different than the previous one or not? I don't think so. All right, well, let's just leave it. All right, so let's just delete everything and just quickly jump. So open new, and where is my mesh? This is, oh yeah. So as I said, this is the ugliest sofa on the internet. Just made it.
Looks all right.
I just made it in like 10 minutes in Max. Of course, I just removed the bottom
Yes.
part just to make less UV maps.
UVs.
And
Yeah.
as you can see,
Yeah.
I try to put as much as possible, as many maps as possible onto one plane, but you still have a lot of them.
Oh
I
wow.
decided to go with the higher resolution here. So this is 512 by 512 as well. All right, so let's just quickly.
So you've got it. You've got it separated into the wooden parts, or the actual structural parts, then the mattress, and then the cushions.
Yes, but I will try to show you the masks, how to mask item. Let's say how to make this one metal and this one wooden on one just
Right.
plane, right? So you don't have to create. Let's say normally you would just go like this one,
Yeah.
export this, and then make another map like this one,
Right.
export and cut pieces. But you
Right.
don't
Yeah.
have to do this. Luckily, Substance has masks, so you don't have to do this. So okay, so let's quickly just apply different textures, and maybe let's go with wood
So
now.
how is it assigning the textures to the mesh? Is it per mesh submesh, or is it to the per material assignment, or
In this case, we are just assigning per material
right
and per
UV?
UV map.
Right.
We have. I will just quickly tell you about Polygon Fill, but in a second, let's just quickly apply the
Yeah.
wooden part. So this is the wooden part, right? So
Ooh.
yeah. It looks nice here, right? So as we was saying, the texture doesn't look that good, right? So you just have to adjust your tiling, right, to make it look better. I mean, it's up to you, of course, which one you prefer, but yeah, this one looks better, I think. It's not that bad. All right, so let's go with this one, and let's go with, I don't know which one we want to have. Maybe iron. Do we want to have iron legs? Yeah. So you just drag and drop.
Right.
And now, let me just enlarge. You create a black mask and go to Polygon Fill. So you have new options here. properties of a polygon fill. So you have this is triangle fill.
Yeah.
So you got let's just draw. As you can see, we got triangles, and it already create
okay.
masks here.
Yeah, I see what it's doing.
We just quickly. Oh, this is the back and the front panel, so we won't see the difference. Maybe just let's focus on the legs. So let's just quickly, as you can see, press. So this is just triangles.
Yeah.
In this case, we have polygon fill. Just fills the polygons.
Yeah.
If you press drag and drop, it's up to you which you choose. Then we have this one is mesh fill. So it fills entire mesh, entire plane of a map, let's say. And the second one is just almost the same option. So this is chunk fill. So you press, select them, and of course you can use your brush just to mask some items, right? I will have to just leave the area, and if I go to add paint, as you can see,
okay.
it creates the texture of the, I mean, it masks the texture and creates another texture that is underneath or above. It depends on you which options you choose.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the one you can use, but the most common and the best option, I think, it's the polygon fill. I mean, not polygon fill or just mesh fill, or this one. Just press and you got everything you need, right?
Yeah.
So all the legs. This is the texture is applied to all the legs.
Yeah, it's UV duplication.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't have to just have the same textures, and it just takes a lot of space.
Yes.
And time. And if you don't have to, you can just duplicate the texture. All right. So we have this one applied. Let's just leave the. Oh, let me just quickly show you the difference between the projections of UV. As you can see, this is the one I was talking about. It looks different, right? I mean, you will have to just play with this, as you can see. But I usually use just UV projection. For IMVU, it doesn't just, I think, matter. The texture is not as high quality as it should be, so if you go with this one, it should be enough. Of course, just you can just apply your tiling to make it smaller. And what else can we do here?
Well, for IMVU, because IMVU meshes need to be UV mapped, UV projection is probably the default that you want to be using to ensure that your textures are appropriately mapped to the object's UVs.
Yes, exactly. So that's the option we usually go with.
Yeah.
All right, and also you can add. Can I add this here? Add generator, and let's choose. Is it gonna work here? Let me just quickly check if I can get edge wear level. All right, so yeah, it just create
I see.
some kind of wear of the edges of the mesh, of the texture in this case, not the mesh.
Yeah, so for that being iron, that would be pitted rust or something, yeah.
And of course you can just remove or adjust different, you can see options like height, normals, roughness, right? So this is so shiny.
Yes.
Let's just quickly remove this one. And what else can we go with? Okay, so let's go with different fabrics now. We will later return here. So now, what kind of fabric should I apply
Got any
here?
leather?
Yeah, of course. Oh, so many lead.
Oh wow, yeah.
Let's just quickly. If you just hover your mouse on that texture, you can see a bigger representation of this. This
Ooh,
is
leather
damage
damaged. Go with that one.
one. We can go with this one, and let's check it out. It doesn't have much effect here, but if we go here, as you can see, this is smart material, so you have a lot of different
All right.
options applied here. Different features are just enabled. And let's go to the base color. Can we change? No, tiling won't change anything. So let's, probably pattern.
Yes.
Yes, it just changes the pattern. I mean, it's a bit dark. Can we just make it? Oh,
There
maybe
we
like
go.
this one. Yeah, it's better. So yeah, this one is like this. So this is dirt. So you can also just click and just remove the dirt in this case. Then remove damages. So this is damages. So you can apply color to the damages. So a lot of options to play with.
Mm,
Change the roughness of the damage. So this options just change the damages options here. You
right.
can just apply different options to roughness, to the pattern. Let's go here. So you have height of the leather pattern. You can also change it. So this is balance. Oh, right. Now you can see
All right. Yeah.
the roughness of the leather, right?
Mm,
I think that you can not only create clothing garment in this Substance Painter, but also it's powerful tool to create to texture your furniture or rooms. So you
mm,
can just import entire room and quickly texture this room and just bake the textures and go play with this in studio.
mm.
All right, so let's just now we have pillows only. So let's just apply textures to pillow. Let's just make them. Um, I I just made different textures, different maps for each pillow, so we can just apply different materials, different fabrics.
Got
So which
silk.
one? Silk. Let's just not here. No, we don't have silk.
Oh, satin.
No. I mean, well, this is only default shelf because you call them shelves. You
Right.
can import your, I mean, a lot of assets from the internet or from the official Substance, and in this case, Adobe Store. And of course, you can purchase uh, the, the materials. As I have this one, this is a denim
Denim.
generator. So you create denim textures, and you have a lot of options to choose from because you apply this one, then you apply edges. There, I mean, not here, of course, but yeah. So you can create a lot of nice clothing.
Mm.
All right. So let's just find something. I don't have my previous materials because I'm on a new laptop, so
All
I
right.
haven't imported everything yet. It just takes time, right? So it doesn't look as I wanted to. So let's go. Let's just check it out. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look bad, right?
Mm.
And of course, you can rotate the texture.
What is that?
Prefer.
Plastic.
I mean, this is plastic
Plastic cables. Oh.
cables. Okay. So yeah, you can just go with this one, and then let me just make an experiment. Apply this and remove color. As you can see, now we have
Ah,
textures. It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
plastic anymore, right?
No,
This is
no.
just fabric graph. This is plastic. This is fabric graph.
Right.
Of course,
Interesting.
and you can of course change the. So
Yeah.
you can mix matched the match. Sorry, I will need to drink something. Uh, so you can mix match the different materials to create your own. As I just disabled the color,
Yes.
it's just created. Of course, you can disable, enable different. So if you, of course, disable normal, it will just disappear because this one is just the information from normal map
Right.
of this fabric graph. So let's go with this one. And for the second one, what's this one? This is, oh, let's go with this. Maybe something different, more complicated. Oh, this looks nice. So yeah, it reminds me of the Game of Thrones. Right?
Oh,
So it's some kind of medieval.
yes.
So you can rotate here, or you can just go to rotation and just type 90 degrees, right? And of course, change the tiling. And let's go here. And as you can see, the map is quite nice.
Mm.
And if you go to the projections, you have different mapping and the options are just changed. Let's just change the
Yeah.
tiling and remove the plastic bands. I don't know why I didn't remove this. As you can see, the map is different, right, over here,
Mm.
as you can see. So it depends on your needs, but as we said before, we better should go with the UV projection for IMVU. It looks just I think it's the best one in our in our case, right?
Mm.
And what else can we do here? Can we change the attributes channel mapping parameters? Okay, we can change the roughness, right? So we can apply, oh, we can add rust here.
Mm.
And wearing, okay. So this is just used armor. And of course, oh, let's just get this one. And of course, color.
Right.
So you can go with, let's say, different color and like this one. And can we, of course, you can add some kind of generators to
Mm.
this texture. And you can, of course, download more. What's with that one? Space normals. Okay, so not just normals. It creates only normals here. So no, not this one. Okay, so you can add dirt. Of course, you can lower the opacity, and of course, change different options here. Oh, like this one. This is like in Photoshop, right? And let's just return to the previous one. It doesn't. It didn't look bad. All right. And then we have our last final pillow. And what can we add? Carbon fiber, maybe no, maybe some smart material. And then we have no wooden pillow won't be good, right?
No.
We can go with the glassy pillow. Can we just change the? Oh, I should change the. Yes, I should change the environment because it's too dark. Now it's
Oh,
better.
wow.
And
Mm.
as you can see, this is some kind of a glassy pillow. I mean, imagine you can create panels
Mm.
in a room
Mm.
that are so shiny and glassy, right?
Yeah.
And of course, you can change the everything here.
Is there
Just
an
a minute.
actual glass material?
It there is. I mean, there is glass, but it's not transparent. I haven't played with the transparency here yet.
All right.
There is probably an option, or maybe some kind of filter, because you can also add filters here.
Well, you wouldn't really be doing transparency in Substance Painter anyway,
Yeah.
would you? Because
Yeah, I got your point.
I mean, can you? But can you? I mean, if you created a glass material that was transparent, can you? Would you be able to export the degree of transparency as an opacity map?
Yes, you can export opacities here. So
Right.
I suppose you could just create your opacities here.
Mm.
So you don't have to mess with the Photoshop or any other app.
Mm.
So yeah, you can just create this in Substance, export, and you will have opacity map. Yep. So filters, yeah, this is the option I forgot to mention about. So you have different filters. You can create something like height to normal. You can create a matte finish. So let's just click. As you can see,
Mm.
it applies different finish. Oh, this one, this angle looks nice. So
Mm.
it applies different finish to the texture you already created. So let's just go with not this one. This one, I think it's not. Let me find. I saw the drops of water somewhere here. I'm trying to find them. Oh, here. Yeah. As you
Oh,
can see, you
interesting.
get the drops of water.
Mm.
You can of course, decrease and increase amount, scale them, so the bigger ones. Yeah. Direction. Doesn't look bad, right?
Mm.
I mean, it doesn't look now, it doesn't look like water, but I just messed with this too much. What else can we create here? So you have heights. Oh, this is galvanized material, right?
Oof.
So very rough material.
Mm.
But I imagine you can create some kind of machinery machines with this.
Yes.
So you can of course change the flake, the intensity of the flake, scale.
Mm.
So yeah, so this tutorial could take hours, right? I recommend just going on YouTube if you need a special feature, right? Just start creating in Substance, and if you need a feature, just look it up on the internet or just in a help.
Well, it seems
Uh,
that if you're going to use Substance, you really want to have a general idea of what it is that you're going to make as a material. Otherwise,
mhm.
because it's that this is the in many senses, this is the opposite of the blank canvas.
Mhm.
It's like you've got too much stuff on the canvas,
Yeah, yep.
too much to
And
choose from.
remember that the limitations of IMVU, right?
Yes.
So because it looks nice here, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to look as good as here on IMVU. So bear
Yes.
that in
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we texture everything. Let's go with this one. Well, we can just leave it as it is. And the last feature I want to just show you before we still have some time, so
Yeah.
maybe we can
About
export
5 minutes, 5-10 minutes.
we will try to just do it as fast as possible. The particles. Mhm. Okay, so you have different particles, but they are not the particles as the on IMView. So you can create some broken glass. Let me just quickly go here. And I need to create a paint layer, of course, on this. And if I just, oh, does it apply here? Oh, as you can see, the longer you hold your mouse button, the bigger effect it takes here. So as you can see,
Oh wow.
of course, you can create this in form of normal map,
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's gonna apply to so many options. Yeah, I can't apply this feature here. So maybe I could just go. Maybe we could go with something bigger. Maybe with the leather. All right, so here we have leather and black mask. And I only want to create a new layer, new fill layer. All right. So I want to have normals only, black mask, and then I apply a paint layer. It should take effect here. Let me just try to go particles. To be honest, I never used those particles, but so you can see it just tries to apply the particles. I don't see any effect here. Oh, there is some. The surface is too grainy, right? So
Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah.
this one. Can we just go here, add paint layer? Oh yeah. So yeah, as you can see here, it takes some effect. So you can apply fill. It's like some frozen.
Yeah.
Just drag, drop, and draw anything. You can see you have just what's that? Liquid stream. All right. So yeah,
Oh wow.
it
Elsagate.
applies.
It's
Applies
Elsagate
to,
all over again on YouTube.
yeah, and it just leaks here, right?
Yeah.
It's not a nice effect when
Yeah.
when you have such need.
I spilt your milk.
Hey, yeah, and rain. So yeah, this is kind of raindrops.
Wow. Yeah.
Of course, you can just create a new layer where you just get the color or texture you need. And there is just one. Oh, this is burn. This is nice effect. So you burn something. Oh, not here, maybe on the pillow. Oh, yeah. So you get the effect of burn. It just,
That's an interesting way of doing that. Yeah.
yeah. If you have just problems with drawing flames, maybe you could use
Yeah.
it. We could see glitch here. All right. So yeah, when it comes to the just main features, texturing, workflow in Adobe Substance Painter for IMVU, that I think that's all, because as we said, there are limitations on both sides, right? On Substance and on IMVU. Mostly on IMVU side, right? So
Yeah.
so you just have to keep that in mind. And when it comes to exporting, last time we were exporting, so just quickly go to export textures, and you can usually go with this one. You can change to the I don't know, PNG format. What's that? Oh, that is the resolution, right? And just export and open output directory. Oh, this is from the previous.
Oops. Yeah. No, but that's created quite a lot of.
Yeah, you have a lot of maps.
Well, that's actually quite interesting, because that's something that creators will need to get to grips with. Is when you start working with normal maps and all of that sort of stuff, and you split your meshes into sections because you want the higher resolution, you're going to find that you've got a heck of a lot of assets that you're now dumping into IMVU. So your project, it still has to be under I think it's 3 megabytes for studio.
Yes, it is.
But for large furniture items or complicated clothing that has a lot of texture assets, or a lot of, the mesh has been broken into lots of sections, that's a lot of assets that you end up producing.
let's just save it. Yeah, and the more assets you have, that the heaviest mesh it should be becoming,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
the mesh is just heavy.
Yeah.
And imagine having so many assets for just sofa, right?
Yeah.
You usually would go with let's say just one texture for the pillows. I mean, one map for the pillows,
Yes.
just separate
Just
ones. But
duplicate it. Yeah.
yeah, so this is just only showcasing.
Yes.
But you get the point that yeah, you just have to bear that in mind, the size of the files. And of course, it's not a big file when it comes to the, let's say, texture, right? You have 260 kilobits,
But if you
but
select them all, oh well, that's in the folder with the other previous assets, the previous
yeah,
project, isn't it?
but let's just select this one, all right? And it's 2.5 megs, so
Yeah. So that's
of course it's
those are
big.
PNG,
Yeah, this is
which will be
PNG, so
compressed in Studio.
yeah, you can just go with JPEGs,
Yeah.
but when it comes to normal maps, right, you usually want
Yes.
to have the
PNG.
highest
Yeah.
quality possible without artifacts. And I was saying that you go with the main texture, then you have, let's say, shyness,
Yeah.
and of course you go with the normal map. So you
Yeah.
have three different textures only for one map. So that's a lot, right?
Yeah.
So you have to just keep that in mind. All right, so we still have some time. I will just quickly try to upload this to Studio. Just 5 minutes here or 5 minutes there.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Shouldn't matter. Okay, so furniture, empty. Um, all right. So I have FBX. So import sofa. All right. So there
Yeah.
is no skeleton. I don't know why there is. It says
It's part of the FBX file itself. Not to worry.
okay, and scale. I probably have to scale this because it's gonna be small. Let's just try it. Next. Okay. Um. Next. Review. Import. And what's that sound? All right. Oh, it's not that big, but
10 needs to be scaled 10.
yeah, probably. Let's just. Can we import this? Is it gonna override this one?
Yeah.
Setup.
Scale
So
10. So
10.
what did you make this the sofa with?
3D Studio Max.
All right. Okay.
But I just made it just as I was
Yes. If
saying.
you made it without a template or something, it'll be
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go.
It looks better now. Of course, it doesn't have any nodes, so
No.
we
No, but the
just
FBX itself has. Oh, congratulations! That's your first furniture item exported
yeah.
via FBX.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, exporting furniture is nice, but exporting
Yes.
clothing
Yeah.
item is just
Yeah.
pain. And to me, at the moment, it's impossible. So
Yeah.
I have to use
It's
Calc 3D.
yeah. Yeah. It won't work.
So let me just quickly go and copy the export folder. Oh, I want to copy entire folder. Can I
Oh, of
copy that?
course, it hasn't auto-assembled the textures because it doesn't know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yes.
I only applied the colors.
Yes.
What's that? Oh, this is of course antivirus is protecting my computer
Yes.
from
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
own.
That's the classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. You might get that, and you might get a virus scanning warning if you're using FBX or Cal3D for IMVU.
Yeah.
It's a false positive. We can say that
Of course.
definitively. It is a false positive.
Mm-hmm. And just agree to just
Yes.
to have the item that it's safe. Okay, so let's just and try to import. Where is our? We have too many maps here, so I don't remember which one is which.
That's the leather.
Oh, this one, I think. Right? Or was it
The
the
green,
leather?
the green one was the leather.
Oh, oh, that's my bad. It's
There you go.
probably this one, right? Preview.
There
Yes.
you go.
And you can see the difference, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, don't be surprised. So you usually add normal map, and normal map for this one is this is 0.2. So this one, and we have shyness
Could definitely do
0.2.
with being able to name those things.
Yeah, I mean this is a total mess. So
does it do that? You can name the materials in Substance Painter. I presume that's what.
you
Oh
can.
yeah, there you go. Look at that.
You can, and it looks better, right? It doesn't
Yeah,
look
yeah,
that
yeah.
bad.
It's got normal
Of
map
course,
and everything.
you can increase the roughness of the normal map to get more bumpy.
I mean, basically, the
texture.
only difference is the resolution and the clarity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot more complexity.
Complexity, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so normal maps for this one is default shyness. We have shyness. We have shyness for everything. So we can go with this one. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course, we can increase, and you can just create shyness that only legs will shine, right? So you just black this everything else except legs.
Yes.
You just create black texture
Shiny
for
legs.
this one and shiny legs. So we don't have much time for this one, so let's go and finish our pillows. And which one was
that?
which?
That's the
the armor one.
Yeah.
All right, so this is normal map, and normal map is here. Shyness. Usually, I mean, some pillows are shiny, so why not? Oh, I mean, in this case, I don't have to select double-sided, so it doesn't change anything. Yeah, it looks nice, right? So just quick comparison between those two. Of course, it's a matter of lighting, but as you can see, it looks quite nice, and the texture is quite crispy, and it's quite nice. So I could just upload this kind of texture to IMVU and be satisfied with this one. I think just people would be also.
Oh, speaking of which, actually, that's an interesting point. If you're making textures with Substance Painter, and you're exporting them without doing much to them, what's the licensing on those assets?
Yeah, when it comes to licensing, depends on the.
Do you have a commercial use?
Yeah, if when it comes to the textures that are pre-shipped with the substance, you can use them as you want.
Right.
Change them, right? But I usually change them and try to create something that is mine, right?
Right. Yeah.
But if you download or purchase textures or just materials, just you will always have to check what kind of license do they have. Of course, when you purchase, you usually have commercial use allowance, right? You can use the textures for commercial use. But when you use free textures, you always have to check if they agree to use them as a commercial piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, always check them. Never use copyrighted material. Not only for IMVU, but just anything you create, right?
Generally, yeah.
It's good advice. Just go with your. All right, we have texture. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Nice. And the last one. This is the glassy one. I think it's gonna be the most problematic one. It's this one. And it was which one? Which one was it?
It's the base default blue, that one, because it was just a color.
Yeah. We have normal map for this one. And I think we don't. I mean, yeah, we had the bumps here. So shyness. Let's go with this one and preview. All right, so yeah, as you can see, of course, we can increase the reflection, right?
Yeah,
Alright.
turn on iridescence.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't look that bad.
Ooh, shiny.
Shiny, but just let me just quickly do something. We don't have time, but I want to just showcase something. So, this is the material. Which one is it? It's material 13. Okay. So export. You can choose which one you want to export. So I want to export this one. And with settings, 2D view. So I'm exporting what I see here, right?
Oh, okay.
But I don't see any. Let me just quickly try to apply maybe this. Maybe. I wanted to have some reflection from the environment, but I don't see any. Let me just quickly scroll.
It's probably because of the galvanized material that you've got assigned to it.
That might be it. Or maybe the position of the material.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, let's just export this one, as you can see. So export textures and number 13 and 2D view export, and we should have this. Oh, this is this one, as you can see. Just export it as you see.
Yeah.
And let's just quickly copy and paste this one to our folder. Okay. And yep. And so this is plain color.
Yeah.
But now we want to add this one and apply. And error. Oh, too large to publish. So as you can see, we reached our maximum file size. Let's just quickly remove or delete. Can we unassign?
Assets tab.
Yeah. Let's just quickly remove, delete. All right. And asset in use.
All right. So you have to deassign it.
Unassign. Yeah.
Yeah, unassign it and then.
All right. So.
Where's your unassign?
Yeah, I mean, there was an update. Assign asset. What is this?
Click on in the material list. The three dots in the material list on the left.
Oh, this one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, try that one.
Remove.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
Oh, it removed. But it should be fine. It should be fine with this one. Yeah. So as you can see, it applied the material, the galvanized material, right? All right. Yeah. Yeah. It just up to you which one you prefer. What are your needs? Just substance is just worth looking into, learning, and you will discover new things. I use it only for IMVU, so I know there is a lot of new features that you can use, not only for IMVU. So yeah, it's up to you what you need. Okay, so let's just don't save it, close it, and I think that would be all when it comes to that tutorial for substance. So the basic needs, the basic features.
Yeah, there's a lot to get to grips with.
Yeah, but I think we don't need to cover everything.
No. Well, I mean, even just the basics there. There are so many options and so many things that you can do with it.
I used Substance as additional tool. I always go to Photoshop and just add something to the textures, add my filters, everything, just to make everything this is my own texture, right? Not only Substance texture.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. Okay. Well, that was very interesting again.
Something different, right?
Yeah.
Not only
Yeah.
3D, but also texturing. All right. So
yeah,
I think that would be everything. I just wanted to show something, but so you can always save your your work and import the materials. Do we have this one? Oh, I didn't apply anything here. All right. So, oh, yeah. So this is the top I made yesterday with all the
Right.
features. Oh, yeah. So of course, this is the top I just mentioned, and I put it into Photoshop and then just textured everything I wanted. And let me just quickly show you. We are just we are finishing. So yeah, this is just the part, as you can see, the texture, right?
Uh-huh.
My texture.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks
So
for that. That was very interesting.
let's call it a day.
Yeah,
Today.
another one bites the dust. Another one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So well, that's an hour and 15 minutes ish.
Yeah.
Another
just
one
went.
for the creator in residence stream. So that's number 4.
Yes. Yes. This is number 4, and many more to go.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
don't forget to visit Discord channel Catbits, and you can just learn more from there. Mostly Blender, right?
Yes. Well,
Not
yeah. It's
only.
yeah. It's generally Blender, but anybody that anyone that's creating for IMVU or anything generally, you can drop by there and ask questions, and someone is bound to answer if they've got the
answer. Yeah.
the answer. Yes.
Yeah, and you can just write your ideas for next tutorials. So if you have time, just visit the server, or you can write ideas for tutorials in comments. It's up to you. And we are here just to help you.
Yep. Right. So we'll call it quits there then. It's we are on 1 hour 15 minutes. Right, so we'll call it quits there. So thanks for lurking lurkers. Thanks fans, and we shall see you on the next stream, which will be next Monday again. We're not sure what we're going to do Monday, but
yes, give us ideas.
Yes, we will have a discussion. Haha. Yeah. Right, so we shall see you next week, and thanks for watching.
Thank you very much for watching, staying with us. See you in the next one.